I already know what you guys want, so I'm just gonna cut to it. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm reviewing a 1991 Mazda Miata. It is a 1.6 liter inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual gearbox, which has a really short throw, and it feels good. So this Miata is owned by a good friend of mine named Matthew. So far he's done rims, coil, he's lowered it just a little bit, test pipe exhaust, and just a few other things here and there. This car actually has 54,000 miles on it. For a 1991, that is nothing. It is one of the cleanest Miatas I've ever seen, and it's the first Miata I've ever driven, and let me tell you, I love it. I read an article once, and I'm sorry I don't remember the source, but it said what's great about the Mazda Miata is that it's so good that you don't focus on the Miata. You focus on what's going on around you. So in terms of performance, it's the 1.6 liter, which the first gen Miata also came with a 1.8 liter later in the run, but this is only the 1.6. But it's still pretty peppy, and with a slight exhaust modification, it sounds pretty good. Again though, it's not gonna break any land speed records. It is just a Miata. But for getting around town and cruising, it's a fair amount of power. Let me just say, the gear shifter feels great. Now, it might differ for older Miatas, but since this only has 54,000 on it, the shifter feels amazing. It is just click, 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 click. Performance-wise, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it's peppy, it's good enough for what you need, but then again, it's not gonna throw down any huge times at the track. In terms of interior, the interior really captures kind of what this car is all about. It has a more minimalist design. There's not a whole lot going on. On the center console you have, well, this one has an aftermarket radio, you have your aircon and your heating controls, and of course the beloved headlight switch. Other than that, there's nothing really in the center console. Over to the left here I have some cruise control, and as for gauges, they're pretty plain as well. And that's really what the Mazda Miata is all about, quite frankly. It's about a minimalist design. It's about functionality. In terms of interior, I'd give it also an 8 out of 10 because it's minimal. It does what it needs to. It doesn't have to do any more than this, but it does it well. What it has to do, it does well. The reason everyone loves Mazda Miatas is because they're reliable and they're simple. They're like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Now, unless you're allergic to nuts, everyone basically loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they're simple. It's 2 pieces of bread, some peanut butter, and some jelly. That's it, and it's good pretty much every time. It's hard to mess up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it's hard to really mess up a Miata. Granted, it can be done, but it's hard to do it. See, I'm having fun, and I'm not even breaking speed limits, but I'm having fun driving. Not to mention the convertible kind of helps the fun feature, because you got the wind going through your hair, you're buzzing around, you're shifting gears. It's a lot of fun. Now, the problem with Miatas is that they fall into this category of cheap, but also the category of fun to drive, which is good. But this causes a lot of unnecessary modification because these cars are so cheap and you can get them basically anywhere. You can go on any Craigslist in any city and you will find first-gen Miatas for sale. They fall into this weird category like the E30 and the 240SX, in which I reviewed. They fall into this weird category that because they're so cheap, people just use them and abuse them. So if you've never driven a Mazda Miata, I really recommend that you do it. I'm not saying you own one. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy whatever one you can find. but you should get out there and at least drive one, because this is an experience. It really is a road-going go-kart. Now granted, I live in the Midwest, I live in Illinois, and I'm approaching the largest hill in town, which is made out of trash. But it's roads like this that the Miata soars on. It's just an open road, it's a sunny day, and you can just let it wail. Now look at that. Look at that. Hey, it's the Midwest. What do you expect? This is kind of cool. And I'm in a Mazda Miata. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. I'll be back with more videos very, very soon. Take care, guys.